Did you know that some of the most powerful people on Earth don't stand on stages, don't run for office, and don't appear on billionaire lists as individuals, but operate quietly, behind logos and royal crests, as families? Families whose combined wealth is so vast it moves stock markets, shapes cities, funds wars and peace deals, and silently steers the direction of entire industries. Today, we're not talking about the richest people. We're talking about the top 10 richest families in the world, 2025 update. Business empires, royal dynasties, old money, new power, and fortunes so huge they don't just buy luxury, they buy influence. Subscribe now, and let's begin. Number 10, the Thomson family, Canada. At number 10, we start in the cold, quiet corridors of Canadian media power. The Thomson family controls a fortune estimated at around $87 billion in 2024-2025, largely through Thomson Reuters, one of the most important news and data providers on the planet. This is not flashy tech wealth, not social media hype. It's information, the raw data that governments, banks, and corporations rely on every single day. The story begins with Roy Thomson, a radio salesman who built a chain of newspapers, then expanded into television and global media. Over generations, his descendants quietly consolidated influence in financial data, legal information, and journalism. Today, the Thomsons are considered Canada's richest family, but they keep a famously low profile. No reality shows, no loud flexing. Their power is subtle. If money is one form of control, controlling information is another. Number 9. The Wertheimer family, France. At number 9, we move into a world of perfume, leather, and quiet Parisian dominance. The Wertheimer family is estimated to be worth around $88 billion, thanks primarily to one name, Chanel. While the fashion industry loves faces, models, designers, influencers, Chanel is controlled by two brothers who prefer the shadows, Alain and Gerard Wertheimer, grandsons of the man who once funded Coco Chanel herself. The Wertheimers don't just own a fashion label. They control fragrance empires, luxury accessories, vineyards in France and California, and a brand so powerful that a single logo, two interlocked C's, instantly signals status in every major city on Earth. This is generational wealth wrapped in tweed and pearls. A dynasty built not on quantity, but on desire. They don't need to shout their name. They stitched it into the culture. Number 8, the Ambani family, India. At number 8, the richest family in India, the Ambanis. Their estimated wealth sits just under $100 billion, largely through Reliance Industries, a conglomerate that touches petrochemicals, telecom, retail, entertainment, and tech infrastructure. It began with Dhirubhai Ambani, a man who started as a small trader and built one of the most powerful corporate empires in Asia. Today, his son Mukesh Ambani and the wider family oversee a business so huge that when Reliance moves, the entire Indian stock market feels it. Jio, their telecom arm, rewired India's internet, dropping data prices so dramatically that hundreds of millions came online in just a few years. That wasn't just a business move, it was a structural change to how a country communicates. And then there's the lifestyle. A 27-story private home in Mumbai, weddings that become global media events, and partnerships with everyone from global tech giants to Hollywood. The Ambanis aren't just rich, they are a symbol of modern India's rise, a bridge between traditional family business and hyper-modern capitalism. Number 7, the Mars family, United States. At number 7, welcome to the family that literally turned sugar into billions. The Mars family is estimated to control around $133 billion through Mars Inc., the company behind Snickers, M&M's, Twix, Milky Way, Skittles, Pedigree, Whiskas, and more. This is a fifth-generation dynasty. It started with Frank C. Mars making buttercream candy in his kitchen in the early 1900s, and grew into a private empire so secretive that for decades, almost no one outside the business world even knew what the Mars heirs looked like. Today, the company isn't just about candy. It owns massive pet care brands, veterinary chains, and food companies worldwide. While children see bright colors and chocolates on shelves, the Mars family sees global distribution, supply chains, commodity markets, and agricultural power. They rarely give interviews. They avoid celebrity. Yet their brands are in supermarkets, homes, lunchboxes, and pet bowls in every country you've ever heard of. This is what stealth wealth looks like. Sweet on the surface, strategic underneath. Number 6. The Al Saud family, Saudi Arabia. At number 6, we step into royal territory. The Al Saud family, the ruling royal house of Saudi Arabia, is widely estimated to control around $140 billion as a family, even though some external estimates place their broader extended wealth much higher when state-linked assets are considered. Their power is built on one main element: oil. The discovery of vast reserves in the 20th century transformed a desert kingdom into a geopolitical heavyweight. At the center of that transformation is Saudi Aramco, one of the most valuable companies ever to exist. While Aramco is technically a state company, the royal family's position places them at the heart of decisions that affect global energy prices, and indirectly inflation and fuel costs around the world. In recent years, under Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the family has also pushed Vision 2030, a plan to diversify the economy into tourism, entertainment, tech, and green energy. The result? A royal dynasty that doesn't just own palaces and planes, but holds leverage over the world's energy supply. Number 5. The Koch family, United States. Number 5 takes us into the engine room of American industry and politics. The Koch family controls an estimated $148 billion through Koch Industries, a sprawling conglomerate involved in chemicals, pipelines, energy, manufacturing, commodities trading, paper products, and more. Founded by Fred Koch in the early 20th century, the company grew from oil refining technology into one of the largest privately held businesses on Earth. But money is only half the story. The Koch family has directed enormous wealth into think tanks, lobbying groups, and political operations in the United States. Their funding has helped shape debates on regulations, taxes, energy policy, and the size of government. In other words, they don't just participate in capitalism, they help design the rules under which capitalism operates. If you've ever wondered how much influence one family's ideology can have on a superpower, the Kochs are the case study. Number 4, the Hermès family, France. At number 4, luxury becomes a weapon. The Hermès family, descendants of Thierry Hermès, command a fortune estimated at about $170.6 billion, built primarily on the Hermès luxury brand. It began in 1837 with saddles and harnesses for horses. Today, the brand produces some of the most coveted items in the world: Birkin bags, silk scarves, leather goods, fragrances, ready-to-wear fashion. A single bag can cost more than a car. Some special edition pieces sell for the price of a house. But what makes Hermès different is control. The family has fiercely defended their independence, keeping production limited, craftsmanship high, and brand image tightly protected. In an age of fast fashion and mass production, Hermès represents the opposite: scarcity as a business model. By saying no more than yes, they turned a leather workshop into a multi-generational fortune that sits among the top 4 in the world. Number 3, the Al Thani family, Qatar. At number 3, we enter a tiny country with outsized influence. The Al Thani family, rulers of Qatar, are estimated as a family to control around $170+ billion, though their influence extends far beyond that via the Qatar Investment Authority, which manages hundreds of billions in global assets. Their wealth flows primarily from natural gas and oil, but what makes them truly powerful is how they deploy that wealth. Over the last 2 decades, the Thani family has bought stakes in luxury hotels, European skyscrapers, UK real estate, global banks, sports clubs, media networks, and they famously funded the rise of Al Jazeera, which reshaped media in the Middle East. They even turned a global sports event, the FIFA World Cup 2022, into a long-term soft power project, redefining how a small state can project global influence. If you've seen the Qatar name on stadiums, airlines, or skyscrapers, you're seeing the Al Thani strategy in motion, turning energy money into permanent global footprints. Number 2. The Al Nahyan family, Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. At number 2, we meet a dynasty that has turned desert sand into one of the greatest concentrations of wealth in history. The Al Nahyan family, rulers of Abu Dhabi, the largest emirate in the UAE, are estimated to control around $323.9 billion as a family fortune, backed by sovereign wealth funds, oil exports, real estate, and global investments. Abu Dhabi sits on massive oil reserves. Rather than simply exporting crude and spending the proceeds, the Al Nahyan family used decades of revenue to feed some of the largest sovereign wealth funds on earth, including the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, ADIA. These funds own pieces of everything: skyscrapers in New York and London, ports, infrastructure, blue-chip stocks, tech companies, energy pipelines. In recent years, under figures like Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the family has expanded into renewable energy, defense, tech, tourism, and culture. Think Louvre Abu Dhabi, futuristic city projects, and stakes in cutting-edge companies. They turned oil money into a diversified global investment machine. And that's why in 2025, they stand as one of the most powerful royal families in the world. Number 1. The Walton family, United States. At number 1, we arrive at a name that doesn't sound royal, but might as well be. The Walton family, heirs to Walmart, are estimated to control around $432.4 billion in combined wealth as of late 2024, early 2025. That's more than the GDP of many countries. It all started with Sam Walton, who opened a small discount store in 1962 in Arkansas with a simple idea: sell more for less. That idea became Walmart, now the world's largest retailer, with over 2 million employees and thousands of stores across multiple continents. The Waltons hold their power through entities like Walton Enterprises, carefully managing their controlling stake. Today, members like Jim, Rob, Alice, Lucas, and others sit on a family tree whose branches reach into retail, banking, philanthropy, and more. Every time someone buys groceries at Walmart, stocks up at Sam's Club, or uses the Walmart supply chain, a small slice of that transaction flows upwards into the river of wealth that feeds the Walton dynasty. What makes them truly remarkable is scale, daily cash flow on a planetary level. They don't rule a country. They don't own oil fields. They don't sell luxury. They mastered something far more powerful: the everyday purchase. And that's how, in 2025, the Waltons sit at the top of the richest families in the world. The quiet royal family of global consumer capitalism. If you enjoy this video, subscribe for more videos like this, and tell me on the comments which one is your dream.